All right, welcome everybody to Success Zone Wednesday morning, July 25th. Wednesday, what do they call this? Hump day, right? Hump day, getting over the hump of the week. So as we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, guys, Success Zone, the purpose is really to just share with you different tips to help you continue to build your business. No matter what company you're with, no matter what compensation plan you participate in, and no matter whatever product you endorse, because the principles to success are really all the same. And today we're going to talk about time management. Let me share with you, Lisa and I, a lot of you know this, and you know us very well because we've shared our story with you. We've been in the industry of direct sales now for 25 years. And, whenever you're out there talking to people, which is what we do, right? That's the essence of what we do. We talk to people, we find out a need or a want, and we believe in our heart that we have a way to help them solve the problems that we know they have. Correct? Right? And we can help them through our products, or we can help them through our opportunity to earn money. Now, we know without a doubt, okay, the people on this call, we know that everybody would love the benefits from our business. There's no doubt. If you ask the average person, do they want more money? What are they going to say? No. Do you want more time? No, I have plenty of time. No, that is not the issue. The issue is change. The issue is getting people to believe they can do something outside of what they know. Right? And so what happens in our business is that everybody comes up with many, many different excuses on why they can't make this change. And this is the first hurdle that all of us are going to experience. Because we think, a lot of us, that when we get involved, everybody's going to be able to see what we see. We think we're going to put these rose-colored glasses on everybody, and they're going to go, oh, I get it. I'm in too. Okay? But they don't. But they come at you not with just a polite no. They come at you with all the excuses. And one of the biggest excuses that you're going to hear over and over again, because there's only 4 or 5 of them, and once you understand how to overcome these 4 to 5, right, different objections or concerns, then you have to understand you're on your way to what? Not being, what's the word I'm looking for? Not being off track of your goals. So one of the biggest excuses you're going to have and have to deal with is time. It's time. People are just going to say that. That's a brush off. I have no time. And most of us, we don't know how to handle that. But here's how you handle it. Once you handle it, it's easy for you to help other people handle that objection. If you don't have your hands wrapped around your time and how you can incorporate this, when that other person comes to you, it's going to be validated by you. Why? Because you haven't handled it either. You follow me? So if you have no money, right, and they come back to you and say, I have no money, you validate it and you accept it. See, I don't accept any type of concern because I know if the desire's there, the how-to will come. So we're going to talk today about time management because we got to get our hands wrapped around it. Okay, and this is going to be one of the key components to your success, because all of you have accepted, right, this crown of an entrepreneur, and we wave this flag. But you got to understand what an entrepreneur is. Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. That's an entrepreneur. Live your life like most people won't. In other words, to do the uncomfortable, to do the unnatural, so you can then, versus just put all your time into something, not knowing you can never ever achieve the goals and dreams that you've chosen. But see, here's what I know about most people. Most people will never write down a goal. Most people will never allow themselves to dream unless they buy a lottery ticket. That's probably one of the only times someone dreams. Or if they walk into a Las Vegas casino. What if? Right? Have you ever bought a lottery ticket? Tell me I'm not right. As soon as you buy that ticket, don't you start to think, what if? And don't you start paying all your bills and talking about all the people you're going to help? For that split second you bought the lottery ticket, until you check your numbers on Saturday morning, then your dreams disappear. Because you realize on Saturday morning, right, you didn't win. And so that's how most people set a goal. Very few people say, I have a business and I have a dream, and this is how I'm going to get there. And I got to live, right, a few years of my life uncomfortably, like most people won't, so I could spend the rest of my life like most people can't. See, I'm going to say it again. You're special. This group, you're special. You're different. You got to understand that. But now what you have to do is you got to get that message out. So the first thing you have to do is you got to get focused. You got to clarify your goals so you can achieve them. You got to clarify. Handle people and projects that waste your time. Okay? You got to handle this. Work more efficiently with your sponsor, with your upline, whatever you want to call it, with your mentor. Learn specific skills and tools to save your time. We're talking about the few years of your life. This is what you're focused in on. You got to hone your skills. You got to become a professional. It takes sometimes years and years to become a professional in a lot of different things. So over here, it's just a commitment. And then you got to overcome stress and procrastination. Okay, so this is what we have to do. This is the focus. Okay, now, remember that time is money. See, attorneys understand this. Physicians understand this. Have you ever gotten an attorney and you call them? You know what they do? As soon as you call them, they hit a clock. And they'll talk to you forever. They're like one of those 1-900 numbers, right? You want to talk? I'll talk to you all day. because they're going to charge you, right? So they understand their value. And I want you guys to understand your value. Your time is valuable. Now think about what you pay or what someone pays you for your time now. You got to change this thinking because you're worth way more than that. What are you worth an hour, everybody on this call? Have you ever thought about it? Well, let's think about it. What are you worth per hour? Now think about what someone pays you today for your hour. Think about it. What are you making? What do they talk about? 13, 14, 15, you make 20 bucks an hour, 25, you're like a superstar? No. I'm worth $1,000 an hour. So I treat my hour like someone's paying me $1,000. I got to be productive. Time is money. And I got to make sure I spend my time wisely. Hear me now, believe me later. Being successful doesn't make you manage your time well. Managing your time well makes you successful. You follow me? It's like the chicken and the egg once again. When I start making money, I'll be able to talk to everybody because I'll have a belief system. No, you got to talk to everybody before you make money. Do you see? You know what this is? It's built-in procrastination. That's what it is. I got to become successful first, right? Before I manage my time well. No, it doesn't work that way. I wish it worked that way. It'd be a much easier. Believe me, being an entrepreneur is not easy. Why? Because most people don't do it. So you got to be able to manage your time. Goals, priorities, and planning. Okay? Now, we beat the hell out of this. Why am I doing this? And even though we beat it up, if I unmuted everybody, I promise you some of you would stutter and stammer. If I went through everybody on the call, say, why are you doing this? Okay, now maybe you'd prove me wrong, but you got to be solid on why you're doing this. Okay, and it's, yes, to help people, but you got to help yourself first. Right, what are you looking to get out of this? What is the goal? Remember I said bite-sized goals? Remember that training? If you haven't made $1 million yet, okay, have you covered your car payment yet? Have you covered your, if you're, it's summer, right? And some of you are in a very hot place. Have you covered your electric bill yet? This is what I'm talking about, bite-sized goals. Why will I succeed? You gotta answer these things. Well, if I'm gonna answer this, it's because I'm going to commit consistently to what I need to do on a daily basis. And we'll talk about that. What happens if I choose not to do it? Well, all you got is all you're going to get. That's how I look at it. All you got is all you're going to get. Now, you could accept another opportunity, but here's my thought, guys. Wherever you go, as you know, there you are. But if I know why I'm doing it, and I know what my goal is, and I know why I'm going to succeed, I could choose any opportunity, could I not? Because I'm sold on me. And you guys know my philosophy. Providing there's a need for your product, right? Providing the compensation plan and the company is solid, I could bring my skill set anywhere. And now, I'm going to go back to this. Now you understand what you're worth. You know what you're worth? Do you have any idea what you would be worth if you had this down? And you sat down with somebody, if you sat down with me and said, let me tell you something, Jeff, here's why I'm doing this. Here's my goal. Here's why I will succeed. And there's no other option. Do you think I would put more value on you because I know that you know that you're going to become successful? Instantly, you look much better to me. But all of a sudden, if you sit down, just think about this as a job interview. Well, why do you want to do this? Well, I don't know. Well, what would be your goal here? Well, and I don't know. I want to just hang out. Why will you succeed? And you can't answer these. But if you answer this to an employer, do you think he puts more value on you? See, here's who I want you to build value with. This is where a lot of people miss this. I want you to build value with you, period. That's the only person you need to impress. If you understand that, see, we're trying to impress everybody else. We're trying to help everybody think differently about us. We care what other people think. No, you got this thing backwards. Impress yourself and watch how you impress others. That's the key. But what would so-and-so think? Well, so-and-so is going to think you're nuts if you don't know why you're doing this. So-and-so is going to think you should be in a mental institution if you have no goal. This is why people evaluate us. They know you don't know. Bless you, Sonia. She's sneezing all over the damn screen. I'm dodging her snot. Okay. That was funny. The 90-10 rule. Okay. Now, what does this mean? Now, I changed this. It said 80-20. I changed this. It may even be 95-5. Critical few and the trivial many. You are the critical few. The trivial many are the no's. You have what everybody wants. But most people are going to say no. That's trivial. But see, we make it where they're in power. Their no and the trivial affects us. Then you're not the critical few. You guys follow me? The reason you're the critical few is because the trivial many don't affect you. Because you know where you're going. It doesn't matter what they say. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Steve Jobs? Someone saying to him, well, I don't really see it. I think you're crazy that you believe there's going to be one of these devices in everybody's hand. Oh, okay, I'll quit. How about Bill Gates when he said there's going to be a box on people's desks all around the country, and that box is going to allow you to do anything you want? Oh, you don't think so? Okay, well, I'm out of here. You might be right. No, he was the critical few. Having the courage of your convictions. You know what that takes? You know how much that's worth just for you to have the courage of your convictions? You know where the respect would come in? Now, that respect may mask themselves as an objection, as somebody that comes at you. You think that they're coming at you. They're coming at you because you are convicted. Okay, and I'm not going to get into the political thing right now, okay, because don't get me started. But I will tell you, when you have somebody convicted, tell me they don't come at you with venom. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, red or blue, if you have somebody convicted, it doesn't make a difference. They're going to come at you. But you know what? I think that eventually turns. That, wow, I cannot sway this person. Well, that's how I want you to run your business. This person is driven. Wow. It doesn't matter what I say because you don't care what they think. You got to get this right, guys. If you care what everybody thinks, you're going to be like a leaf in the wind. Right, candle in the wind. Wasn't that Elton John song, A Candle in the Wind? Think about that, okay? Think about a candle in the wind. That's how a lot of us run our business. Whoever tells us something, we just blow with them. No. Good judgment comes from experience. And this is where you have to embrace. Experiences come from bad judgment. Anybody here made a wrong decision? Really? Did you not learn from that decision? Okay. So what? Jeff, that was wrong. Yeah, you're right. Let's move on. Let's change. Boom. Well, that was wrong too, Jeff. Oh, you're right. Let's change again. Doesn't make a difference of where I'm going. Of course I'm going to make bad decisions. But see, we're afraid of even taking the journey. That's what makes me nuts. We're afraid of taking the journey. Experience comes from bad judgment. Fail forward. Failing works. I love failures. That sounds crazy, Jeff, but I do. I love a convicted failure. That's who I like. Inspiration. If you can dream it, you can do it. Who said that? Well, look who said it. Disneyland was built in 366 days from groundbreaking to first day open to the public. Once that decision was made, a conviction, a dream, a plan, that's inspiration. Do you know what you could all do in a year's time with a convicted mindset and a direction? Planning. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Well, I hope this works. No, daily plans. Each day, each week, each month and year. See, we talk about your why, right? Your why, right? And your vision is 5 years. Remember that? 5 years, okay? But to achieve my 5-year plan, right, I gotta have monthly goals. To achieve my monthly goals, which equals my yearly goals, I gotta have weekly goals. And to achieve my week, which feeds into my month, that helps me with my 5-year, is daily. Remember, who's your favorite friend? Your calendar. That's your best friend, is your calendar. It's your worst enemy if you don't follow it. You can always change your plan, but only once you have one. Okay, you got to have your plan, guys. And remember, that is insignificant. Now, should it be big enough that keeps you in? Yes. But I'm not somebody you just to take a bite-sized goal. I've talked about it before, to repeat myself, whatever it is. But I would make it money. I would make it money. Don't make a plan to get through and read, think, and grow rich. That should be part of your plan. But you got to be motivated by money. You got to be money motivated. Because we're money motivated every day. That's why we go to work. That's why we do the things we do. So plan. Break things down into small steps. These are just little tips. Right? Like a child cleaning his or her room. Right? Make your bed first. Good, that's done. Now let's pick up your toys. Do the ugliest thing first. Do the thing you dread the most first. Can I help you with that one? Let me just take a wild stab at this. Making phone calls. Talking to people. The number one thing that we avoid is the number one thing we should be doing. Okay? I get it. I know it. Can't fool me. I know. I know the number one thing most people stop doing, especially if they happen to sponsor somebody. All right, I've done that now. I've done that sponsoring thing. Woof, I'm exhausted. Well, how many have you sponsored? Well, one. But Jeff, it's the right one. This guy knows everybody. I'll never have to sponsor again. Whew. Man, that was awful. That was tough. I'm wealthy now. We tell ourselves this. And then we spend all our time with the one person, and that one person after a week doesn't do anything, and we beat the hell out of him to get him to keep sponsoring. Right? Tell me I'm wrong, please. I know, I did it. Come on, John, come on. What are you doing? Are you on the calls? Are you going to the conference? God forbid I go get somebody else. Nope, that would be too much work. Okay, the to-do list. Okay, just break things down simply, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do soon, not do soon. What's important? What should always be in this box? Fill up your funnel every day. That's due today. Because without this, there's no consistent funnel. No consistent funnel, no consistent paycheck, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning. Can I give you the averages, guys, in the industry? The average person sponsors 2.3 people a year. Now, I don't know where they got the 0.3. Okay, but let's just say 2 a year. Do you know what they say you need in your funnel to get traction? 40. 40 sponsored people in a 6-month period. Wow. That's a big difference. 2 in a year, 40 in 6 months. If you want to get traction and hit your top rank in your company. Now, can you get traction with 8 to 10? Sure you can. But you can't stop. That's what they say. Okay, now that's not this training, but let me just give you the numbers. Out of 40 people, here's why they say it. 12 to 15 of them do nothing automatically. They join, they quit. Another 12 to 16. 12 to 16, do nothing. Another 12 to 16, incubate. So 24 out of the 32 don't really do anything. But the next 12 to 16 go to work. So out of 40, you may have 12 that do something. And out of that, you'll have 2 people that are going to do a lot. But the numbers don't pan out unless you put 40 in a short period of time. You guys follow me? That's why this is due now. What's not due soon? Okay, what's really not important? Right, what's really not important is different ideas on the comp plan. All the things that we know that we do that we procrastinate with. We live most of our time in the not important stuff. And we try to tell ourselves we're doing something. Okay, listen, do soon. Fill up your funnel. Make your list. Get as many people the information as possible. That's always due. Always. Now, what happens is, in our business, the more people you add and the more people you get doing that stuff soon, that's where residual income comes in. If I had 40 people in my team with the importance of filling up their funnel, do you see now where residual income comes in? Now, what if I told you that may take 3 to 5 years to get traction? See, that's what they don't tell you. And I'm not saying you're not going to make money for 3 to 5 years, because you can make a hell of a lot of money. But I'm talking about consistent residual income. It's a fact. Look how long it's taken you to put the importance on it. What if you duplicated that? Let's just be real with each other. Do you have the importance of filling up your funnel right now, every day? Okay, well, how long does it take you to do it, to get there? Well, what if it took everybody that amount of time? It took me 2 years. Now, think about that. 2 years to put the importance of what was important. So what if I duplicate everybody taking 2 years? See what happens? So that's what's important. Be organized. Okay? These are just, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Clutter is death. You need a good filing system, right? Franklin Covey's a good one, right? It's an organizer. It's an organizer with the calendars and all your days and what it looks like. Okay, resist Facebook scrolling. In other words, all the time wasters. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Okay, be organized. Scheduling yourself. You don't find time for important things, you make it. Okay, I always say time's not going to find you, you have to find the time. Very, very important. Everything you do is an opportunity cost. What you want to make sure you're focused in on is money-making activities. If you guys go back to that training, you know all these are archived at Giamalva Global YouTube page. And if you want to see the training on money-making activities, there's 9 of them. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. Learn, just like if you were at work, right? If you were at work and your child called you and said, listen, are you going to come to my soccer practice? Well, no, I'm at work. Okay, but see, if you were in your home-based business and you really weren't convicted and you said, you know what? And your kid comes in the office and says, hey, let's come to my soccer practice. All right. You see? That's how sometimes how we handle, because we are entrepreneurs. Our time is our own. The dog barks and we stop doing everything. What was that? The dog barked. And an hour later, right, that takes you off your task. Learn to say no. If you say no, let me tell you what happens. It will help you rank advance because you're going to start to do the money-making activities. It'll help you with your personal development. It'll help you make money. And it'll benefit your team because you have your priorities set. So this is what I want you to understand. Your goal is to rank advance, correct? Do you know what happens when you rank advance? Everybody's watching. And everybody wants you to rank advance sometimes more than you do because they want to market you. Your upline wants to have success stories they could point to. And this is, people love recognition, guys. When you rank advance, bells and whistles go off. Bells and whistles. I told you earlier, with what we're doing now, we just put together a core group. And tonight is our first core group meeting. Now there's going to be bells and whistles. And there's going to be, you know, these people achieve something. These are people that are going to lead the company. But there's a responsibility that comes with that. See, when you rank advance, you become someone people point to. And when you become that person, there's a responsibility to that. You know what your responsibility is? Show them how you got there. That's what people want to know. How did you get there? Can you sign my autograph? I can't tell you. Okay, when we hit top ranks in companies and we would go to company conferences, can I take your picture? Jeff, come over here. Can you sign this? I'm thinking to myself, really? What? You want my picture? Then I got really good at it. I got my pose down, right? I had my signature down. I was walking through. I was waving. I bought into my own ether, right? It becomes intoxicating. It does. You know what? But there's still a responsibility. And I've always tried to stay consistent with that responsibility. And that leads to doing what you say you're going to do. So that's why when you do rank advance, guys, take that seriously. Make that a priority. Get to your first rank. It's going to help you with your personal development. Okay, and of course, what comes with rank advancement is money. And it's going to benefit your team because you're excited. And you know what happens to your team? They're proud. Look who my upline is. And they start to read your press. That's how people make money. Because remember, that new person hasn't made money yet. When you rank advance, guess whose story they start to tell? Yours. Well, you got to meet Sonia. Oh my gosh, she just became a double diamond president, right? Premier. She's like the real deal. You got, oh my gosh. They start telling Sonia's story. So, very important. Avoid interruptions. Remember I just said the dog barked? 6 to 9 minutes of an interruption, 4 to 5 minute recovery. 5 interruptions, an hour is gone. See, we don't get interrupted a lot of times at work. We don't let interruptions come in. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's amazing how many interruptions there are. I have to watch that. I could easily go and sit down if I hear something on the TV, breaking news. I go, uh-oh. Right, and I would run over there. Next thing I know, I'm watching breaking news for 30 minutes. Right, what happened now? But see, if I was at work, I wouldn't hear breaking news, would I? So it's amazing what happens. And next thing you know, the day's gone. You go, what the hell did I do? And in most cases, a lot of you, that's how you go through your entrepreneurial day. And then you wake up 30 days later, you go, I didn't make any money. Well, just reverse engineer and figure out why. You must reduce frequency and length of interruptions. And here's what they come in, this is what they disguise themselves as. Kids, Husband, pets, TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, text messages. Just look at your day yesterday. Just be aware of the interruptions, that's all. Email. Okay, it says noise, turn it off. Because my phone dings. Every time I get an email, every time I get a text, my phone dings. And automatically, every time it does it, I go, boop. Now for me, because I do a lot of business, I have distributors call me. I try to get back with them right away. So I am working. But we're talking about every little thing takes you away from your focus. And remember what's your focus? Filling up your funnel. That's your only focus. Getting that down. What am I doing that doesn't really need to be done? In most cases, whatever you're doing. What am I doing that could be done by someone else? Right? Delegating. What am I doing that could be done more efficiently? What do I do that wastes others' time? These are just self-checks. Just self-checks, right? Using your time journal. You got to be really organized for a time journal. Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys to talk to somebody. Let's take that step first. Okay? Procrastination is the thief of time. It's the truth. We live in procrastination in a lot of things. That's why, I always use the analogy of the gym. People don't like to go to the gym, but if you find someone that commits to that, remember, as you do anything, you do everything. So if I get somebody that's committed to their exercise routine or to their diet and they're somewhat disciplined, I'm telling you, there's less procrastination in their life because they know what a commitment takes. They know the results from a commitment. Most people don't know a result from a commitment because they've never gotten one. I'm trying to get you a result. But we hold on to all these things that never allow us to get the result. So how do you avoid it? Doing things at the last minute is much more expensive than just before the last minute. Think about that one. Deadlines are really important. Establish them yourself. Don't let somebody else. Now, in most comp plans, there's a deadline set for you. In most sales organization, there's a deadline. It's month end. We have 3 days to go, 4 days. That's supposed to help you eliminate procrastination. Why do you think, and this is a fact, 34% of all sales in most sales organization comes in the last week of every month? In most cases, in the last 3 days, because the salespeople stop procrastinating. They go, shoot, or they don't say shoot, okay? They say, you know what? I got 3 days to hit my numbers. And now it's all out massive action. It happened every single month, always. You always see the volume spike the last 3 days. At Bally's, the last 3 days, we called it countdown. Salespeople would stay. They would not take their days off. They would work 15 hours the last 3 days. Why? Because they procrastinated the first 26 days. It's called human nature. But if you work every day, you don't stress the last 3 days. It just works. That's how you avoid procrastination. Comfort zones. Identify why you aren't enthusiastic. Well, in most cases, it goes back to the beginning. Well, I'm not making any money. Well, what comes first? Here we go again. Does enthusiasm come first or the money? You got to be excited. You got to do the necessary things. Then the money comes. So you have to find ways to make yourself excited every day. And we give you tips all the time. Good reading library, good listening library, okay? A song library, okay? Some people, for me, I know, I'm redundant. It's okay. I'm just telling you my excitement. If I don't get to the gym, that gives me the endorphins and that gives me the excitement. I have to be around other excited people. I have to put myself in that situation. Let me ask you about the situation you're in every day. Maybe you got to change your environment. Maybe we should talk about this. If you haven't been excited about your environment that you've been in the last 30, 40 years, wouldn't it make sense you change that environment? That's what I had to do. I had to get out of the house. It wasn't exciting enough for me. When I get a phone call, I got to get excited. I have to pace. That's what I do. So my excitement comes through the phone when I'm talking to people. That's a good tip, by the way. Don't sit with your feet up, right, when you're talking to somebody. Walk. Movement. That's why I go to the gym, because I'm around this group of people that is like-minded. And I feed on that energy, and that takes me for the rest of my day. That's what I do. Maybe for you, it's a walk. There's got to be movement. I don't know very many people who are successful who are stagnant. They're always moving. They're always thinking. They're in motion. Motion creates emotion, right? But you got to find a way. This is big, guys. You got to find a way to get excited every day. And don't just go back on your genealogy. I'm going to get in my back office. That'll make you depressed. Most of you are going to be depressed if you look at your back office. So what are you looking at it for? That's like not working out every day and looking at yourself in the mirror, right? And you're still 200 pounds overweight. No, you have to find a way to get excited every day. Comfort zones, fear of embarrassment. Okay, the embarrassment of what? Being told you're crazy, being told, right? Being ridiculed. Fear of failure. Listen, at the end of the day, listen, this is going to be, I'll give Sonia a little heads up, okay? On today's core group, you know what I'm going to say? Get a spine. You want to be on core group? You need a spine. You got to put your big boy pants on. This is a different level now. Be careful what you ask for. Yeah, sometimes you got to have tough talk. That's who I want on my core group, right? Who do you want? Just a bunch of people that aren't enthusiastic, are afraid of embarrassment, failure? That's not next level. I'm trying to get you guys to be core group for your upline. I want someone to choose you. See, I chose my core group. There were certain ranks they hit that got my attention. But see, I want you to be someone that goes, man, I want that person on my core. But you know what? That's another level. And some of you aren't even remotely even close to that because you haven't set a goal yet. You haven't achieved anything yet. You haven't even bought into what you're doing yet. You're trying to get the enthusiasm. Quit making excuses. Okay? You know who that is, right? Jackie Robinson. Okay? Fought through, right? First African American in professional sports, or in baseball, I should say. Okay? Care and feeding, get a day timer. Write things down. When's your next meeting? What are my goals? When do I have to have them done? Who do I turn to for help? Seek mentorship. These are just some advice. I'm telling you, excitement and enthusiasm covers a multitude of sins. Excitement and enthusiasm replaces knowledge in a lot of cases. Because through excitement and enthusiasm, you're going to take the journey. Through the journey, you're going to fail. Through failure, you become an expert. Do you see? This is how it works. Through excitement and enthusiasm, get you to take the journey. The journey leads you to failures. Failures make you an expert. What do we want to do? The complete opposite. I got to become the expert first so I could take the journey, right? So I could get excited and enthusiastic. It's always usually the direct opposite of how you're thinking. You know why? It's easier. Why? Watch. If I became the expert first, doesn't that take me away from talking to people? Because I'm getting ready to get ready. I'm becoming the expert first in my comp plan. I'm dissecting it. I'm dissecting every ingredient in my product because I got to become the expert first. Baloney. I knew nothing about my supplements for probably 3 years. You know how I became a product expert? By taking them. By taking the journey. And people might argue with me all the time on this one. I don't care. I'd rather have somebody excited and enthusiastic that goes to work than someone who's waiting to become an expert and does nothing. This is a business of speed. Speed. And if you don't talk to somebody, somebody else will. You know what usually wakes up people sometimes? When you finally make the call and they say, well, so-and-so already called me. I'm already joined your company. Does that happen to any of you? Okay, that should make you make your list. Okay. Care and feeding of advisors, life advice. They know more than you do. I know more than most of you. That's not bad. That's not arrogant. That's a fact. Okay, that's nothing to do with anything. I've done it 25 years. But I care about you guys. I know the journey you're on. But you got to deserve the care from your advisors. In other words, if you're just hanging out and never doing anything, that care is going to go away because there's only so much time. So remember I said we put together I'm just using this as an example. Who do you think I'm going to spend the time with? The core group. I can't give my time to 10,000 people, but I can give my time to the 12 to 13 people that are serious. I want you to be one of those people, right, for your upline. And then eventually, you know what you start to do as you grow your team? You start to put together your core group. We're all doing the same thing. We're building layers of leadership. Right, when I was at Bally's, right, the CEO met with the vice presidents. I was one of the vice presidents. The vice presidents met with the supervisors. And under the supervisors, there were lots of general managers. And under the general managers, there were layers of managers. And under the managers, there was the assistant managers. And then there were the worker bees. I did not go down underneath and talk to the assistant managers. I talked to the general manager. I talked to the supervisors. I said, supervisors, talk to your general managers. And the general managers met with their managers. Right? It's the same thing. You're the CEO. Remember I said this to you guys earlier? Not today, but you got to put together your core group, your board of directors. So if I see a problem, I go, Sonia. I don't go down to Sonia's organization. I go, Sonia, what's going on here? She should know what's going on in her group. Well, what do you mean, Jeff? Well, I just got a letter from so-and-so. You didn't know about this? See, it goes up through Sonia. She's got to take care of her fires. That's how you train people. That's how it works. My CEO, right, when he met with us, he gave me hell. It could have been an assistant manager, someone I never even met, and I got total hell because that person did something to a member. There was a lot of sexual harassment, by the way, in the health clubs, right? You have an assistant manager, right, get frisky with the receptionist, right? And the letter went, and then you're the vice president. That's your area. I had to know about it. That's business, guys. This is what I'm talking about. But in the beginning, guess what? You don't have that, do you? That's what I'm talking about today. This is what you're creating. You're creating a corporate structure. You're the CEO. You're the CEO. And as you add new people, right? As you add new people, okay, you just got to determine, what is it? What do I got here? You may just have a product user. Well, that's not your core group. You may have somebody who's an incubator. That's not your core group. That's why you got to add a lot of people so you have people to choose from, right, to get synergy and energy. But what does it start with? You having the energy to do it. Remember the pushing the snowball up the hill? Well, welcome to Business 101. That's how it works. But when it's done, it's over. You are a happy camper. Doesn't mean problems go away. In fact, listen to this one. You really want to get depressed? The more problems you have, the more money you make. You should hope for problems because you're going to get stinking rich because your job is to solve the problems. And everybody that enters into your business comes with a problem. That's why they came to you. They have a problem to solve. You have to solve it. I'm trying to solve problems today. They didn't get where they are by their social skills. Take the initiative in talking with them. Right? Go up, guys. Look in your organization. But get their attention because you deserve it. You get their attention because you did everything that we talked about today. You have your goals. You have your calendar. You did rank advance. Watch how fast you get attention. So you want some general advice? Kill your television. One of the biggest time wasters. Now it's Facebook, it's social media and television. Turn money into time, especially important for people with kids or other family commitments. Something's got to give. There's going to be sacrifice. I'm not going to be at every soccer game. Sorry. Right? I'm not going to be, there's certain things you can't be at. Something's got to give. There is sacrifice involved in any type of endeavor. Eat and sleep and exercise. Best advice I could give you. Eat right. Food is a drug, guys. Don't get me started here now because I could go long on this one too. Food is a drug. What you put in your body determines your energy level. Okay? Kill carbs. Okay? Where's Sonia's a dietitian? She'll be nodding back and forth here. Right? Sonia? Carbs is a killer. Okay, there's good carbs, there's bad carbs. That's a drug. How many times do you guys eat and you go, I gotta take a nap? Well, good luck with that. And if you're gonna eat carbs, you better exercise. These are just tips. I don't say this because I just want to hear myself talk. I know it works. And if you just killed the television, right, got commitment, and just started, an exercise program, and at least watching what you eat. You watch how much more energy you have. And what comes with energy is what? Movement. And what comes with movement is what you need to do on a daily basis, which is activity. Your money-making activities. But at least you're excited about it. See, now I got to take this excitement that you all gave me today, and I got to go to work. Okay? That's what I do. See, this gets me going. This gets me excited. So I'm going to go to the gym, right? And I'm going to get my day started. And I'm going to be consistent with that. And that's going to better my chances for my outcome. Because my outcome is a foregone conclusion. Because I know where we're going. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. This has been recorded. Thanks.